Hey y'all, so welcome back. We are getting into a full day of cleaning. Y'all will see I started early in the morning and then I did not finish until late at night. So I'm semi doing somewhat of a deep cleaning because we just had to get this stove pulled out. I needed to get the refrigerator done. Sometimes I just do not like grocery shopping when my refrigerator is just all unorganized. So I will be throwing out a bunch of things out of this refrigerator. I started off in the dining room area. Those chair covers, they needed to be washed like a long time ago, okay? The way the kids tear up these chair covers, just like make them filthy, not tear up, but just make them very much filthy, y'all, is insane. And I'm so glad that when I did get this table and these chairs, I immediately said, before we even sit down in these chairs, let's get some chair covers. I just already knew that the way they eat, they was gonna have these chair covers very nasty and filthy, and I just did not want that to happen to my chairs and having to keep scrubbing the chairs each and every day. So I immediately got chair covers. So I am taking the table runner off, y'all. I want to change the table runner to a tablecloth just to kind of give the table more of a homey dinner time vibe, so we can kind of set the table sometime, and it's just less work to have to keep wiping the table down. So if the tablecloth get dirty, I could just easily pull that off and just toss that in the washer. Got some serious cleaning to do here, y'all, so I hope this video motivates you to get up and go do a little deep cleaning before we get into the fall and the winter time. Summer cleanings are mandatory as well. We think spring cleaning is only mandatory in fall cleaning. Me personally, I live inside of my kitchen more than any other place inside of the house. So I just cannot work inside of a filthy kitchen. Y'all see my refrigerator? We about to go ahead and get this refrigerator completely cleaned out. I did end up cleaning out the freezer as well as my deep freezer. I did not include that in here because y'all, this literally was an all-day process. So I was getting a little, overwhelmed. So I had to sit down and kind of take a break and then jump back into the cleaning process. Once I got everything inside of my refrigerator put back in there and cleaned out, I went ahead and started on the outside of the refrigerator. This little menu mat is coming down. I wanted to go with more of like an acrylic style. I've had this menu for some time, y'all. Sometimes it's time to retire things. There's literally completely nothing wrong with it. It's just when I get into my mood where I just want to change things, I have to change it. I hate keeping things like positioned in the same way for just years and years. So after I got my refrigerator cleaned down, we moved over back to the dining room area, y'all. We is not done with this dining room area just because we took chair covers off. We still have to clean this dining room area. So I went ahead and started with the table, y'all. I know my table probably don't look dirty from the video, but trust me, okay? These kids leave crumbs, okay, everywhere. So I also, if you see me like just the way that I'm cleaning my table, going up and downwards instead of like just all over, it's because of how my table is shaped. So mentally, it makes me clean the table the way that it's shaped. So I also went ahead and just swept everything because I want to do a good mop once I get this floor completely swept.
But I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow, I think I'll chew it.
We have our new tablecloth that I am going to throw on here. I did get this from Amazon, y'all. So I will put my Amazon storefront inside of the description. So if anything in the video that you see that you like, most of the stuff, I just go straight to Amazon and get it. So you can definitely check out my storefront if there's some things that you would like to add to your kitchen and or dining room area. Now, the only thing about this tablecloth, y'all, is I underestimated how big my table was. So the tablecloth doesn't like hang, like it actually fit just right at the tips. But I was looking for it to hang more on the ends, but it didn't give that look. But I'm okay with it because the little sheer pieces, or whatever you want to call it, little fringes at the bottom of it, they kind of just perfectly came right to the very end. But I would have liked for it to just actually kind of hang over, touch the chair a little bit. So next time I get another tablecloth, I'm gonna know to just kind of go longer. I guess it's better to go longer than to go shorter because the chairs can kind of hide the length even if it is just way too long. Have finally made it to the stove, y'all. I have been dreading pulling this stove out. I really honestly wanted my husband to pull it out. He was like, girl, you don't be seeing stuff where people pull out them stoves and then they start sparking and all that. I'm like, sir, this is a fairly new stove. I don't think this stove is going to be doing all that sparking, y'all. But anyways, I ended up doing it by myself because he was going to work. So somebody had to get the job done. He would have did it for me, but I just went ahead and did it because I was trying to get this deep cleaning on out the way, y'all. So I pulled the stove out. Initially, I pulled it halfway. I was really scared to see what was behind there because we've actually been in our home for, I'm going to say, about 2 years or plus, give or take. But I have never pulled this stove out. So, and I don't really drop things like behind the stove. So, I really wasn't pressed to pull it out. But I didn't pull it out before when we moved in. So, I was just like, let me pull this stove out because the cracks on the side of the stove in between the countertop, I really wanted to get to the side of the stove just to kind of clean that, because now crumbs and stuff do fall like that, or like if you cooking rice or something. So I said I'm going to pull this out because I want to just sweep beside the stove and then I just want to clean the side of the stove. But I started off with just pulling it out halfway because I kind of didn't want to pull it out. But I was like, girl, pull this stove out. Now, the side of the walls, like the white part where the cabinet is in the middle part, I tried to scrub the drippings that were on those walls and they would not come off for nothing because of the type of material that it is. So I would literally have to go in and just like paint over it. But y'all, I'm not in the business to be sitting over here painting because the stove is going to go back up in there anyway. But when we do bring our paint back out, I'm going to pull the stove out and then I'm just going to have my husband to go in and paint over those walls. I have literally seen so many horror stories of people pulling out those stoves and the amount of things that are under the stove. So I was really nervous, but I really didn't have a reason to because it really was not that bad. Now, what I'm sweeping from under the stove, y'all, I guess that comes from them putting up the little border behind the stove. So it's just really just like wood chips from the little border piece that they put up that I had to end up sweeping up. But as far as it being like piles of food and things under the stove, I did not have that issue and problem. It was just those little wooden pieces. So I was very thankful for that. It didn't need like a deep mopping or a deep cleaning. I really just want to get to those walls and just on the sides and just put a little paint over it so it can just be a nice fresh white coat of paint. The side of the stove, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but I did get that scrubbed up. Now, the right side of the stove where I'm standing at currently, that probably was about the worst part of pulling the stove out. The left side, I really didn't too funny have to worry about, but this side right here was probably the worst that it has gotten, but it wasn't too bad.
about the people that you know who are trying to feel alive. Life can get hard, so honey, if you need to cry, just come share my pillow and rain, rain, go away. I wanna hear about everything you're ever thinking. You know that I can take the truth. And call me out if you think I'm never slipping. Maybe I can turn it around. Oh yeah. Baby, if you want us, you know time is on our side. But things are gonna haunt us, we'll just have to put aside. And I'm right here if you just need to cry. Come love, share my.
So I have these little black strips to go in between my stove and my countertops. Y'all, I'm long overdue for these, okay? But we finally got them though, okay? That's all that matters. We pulled our stove out, we cleaned behind our stove, and now we just gonna add these strips in. So that will more than likely protect some of the food, some of the things just from the pot, drippings and stuff like that from falling in between the stove and the countertop. So these were kind of long on one side, so I did end up having to cut this side of the strip, and then the other one I did not have to cut. The only thing I did not like about these strips is that they kind of hung over my countertop. I don't know if I bought the cheaper version and I should have maybe looked for just a more expensive version. I don't know, but I have seen some where they were more thinner than those, but we're gonna work with these for now. I did not feel like getting back on Amazon seeing if I can find any more strips. Okay, this is what we're working with for now. They do look big and stupid on my countertop in my opinion, so I know I am going to eventually move them, but as for now, we ain't worrying about moving them. I went ahead and made me some mop water, y'all, because the floor is filthy. We got to get the floor cleaned up. It seems like I mopped the floor and 2 days later the floor is back dirty. Like, y'all should see how many times a week this floor needs to be mopped. And sometimes I just pretend I don't see it, give a good sweep, and then I pretend I don't see it because I just don't be having the energy to be sitting up there mopping the floor every 2 days. But y'all, truthfully and honestly, mopping is not really that big of a job. Like, it's not even that serious. You just throw a little water inside your bucket, get your mop, and just mop the floor. I don't know why I be thinking like this is finna be a long and drawn out process when it's really not. But as y'all can see, it is nighttime now, okay? So we did finish very late. In between me cleaning up the kitchen, y'all, I did stop, made my husband some lunch, and I did take his lunch to him as well. And I also made me and Miss Yummy some dinner. So that did kind of add on an extra 2.5 hours or so of us actually finishing the job. Everything is clean. It's smelling so good. It just feels so refreshing. Let's just hope it stays like this for a couple of days. So I had to throw out those canned goods that were in my pantry because they were in my emergency cans, but they were GMO, so I had to toss them.
I wanted to change our menu planning list that was on the refrigerator because, I don't know, it was just getting boring. So I ended up getting a acrylic one. What y'all did? Oh. Yeah, because they sent me the wrong stuff again. Huh? Yeah, just keep sending me the wrong stuff. Well, they didn't send me the wrong item. They missing an item. It was supposed to be a 2-pack thing, and they only sent me one in the pack. So yeah, that's kind of irritating me. All right, so we got this little egg holder, y'all, so that way I can just pull the little drawers out because I'm tired of just taking the top off of mine. I can just simply pull the drawers out and grab my egg, so this is more convenient for me. What you doing, London? So I gotta box it up and I'm getting UPS to pick it up. But I'm probably about to call Amazon so they can go ahead and ship out what I need. Oh, y'all, these are some glass things that I ordered for my oil and vinegar to go in. So it actually, and then they got the spouts to go on it too. So like my oil, my vinegar, I'm gonna do like 2 vinegars and then probably like 2 different oils maybe. But it came in a 4-pack. We finally got our other sets of our containers that we're gonna, you know, do a little organization in. I want to be a little bit more organized inside my pantry. So we got some more because these only came with 4 and they got a little height to them, but not so much height. So we needed 4 more. Oh, we needed some more. So my husband finally put the bar stools up. Finally. So I'm assuming this only came with about 3. Ooh. I want to break these so bad, clearly. All right, what ounce are these? Okay. I'm going to use the other ones. I think it's got black labels that came with those. So I'm probably going to use those once I actually find them. I ended up just getting these. And these, I got these for a better price. More reasonable, cheaper price. Look like they're about the same. Yep, they're about the same. I just gotta wash these out because I already washed the other ones. I can tell these are more on the quality side versus these already. I can just tell. Those feel a little more cheaper. These feel a little bit more sturdier. Let's go ahead and fill these jars up and get this over with. And I think we'll be done with our organization. And then we're gonna get ready for some meal prepping later on this week. So yeah, we got a full week, y'all.
The sugar bags have to go. The flour bags have to go. So I'm excited to actually be adding these little canisters to my pantry. It's just going to make it look so much more organized, so much more neat. I already added me like a little basket thing to hold different snacks and things of that nature inside of my pantry. But I was like, I need some new jars to actually hold my sugar, my flour, my cornmeal. This cornmeal right here, I'm actually going to end up throwing this cornmeal out, you guys, because it's an older cornmeal since before I started switching over different products, because I try my best to buy non-GMO products. So yeah, I definitely will be replacing that cornmeal. So I got all my jars filled up. I do still have to go to the store and buy some things. That was like my last thing that I had to organize besides putting my oil and vinegar inside of my little jars. But I hope this video motivated you to want to organize and at least do a little simple deep cleaning on your kitchen.